Okay, third time's the charm, huh? It's the third time I've done this. It's the way it usually is with this kind of stuff. You're never happy with what you've done. Well, hey, folks. First off and foremost, apologies. I know it looks like I kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a while. It's not that I hadn't been making updates. I've been making pretty frequent updates on Patreon. It's just that I've only got 8 Patreon followers, and not everybody's paying attention to my posts. So I'm sure to most of you it looked like I dropped off the face of the earth again. I just want to assure you I have not. Give me one moment here. Turn away, children. So, where's my beverage? I need my beverage. Should I take it out there? No, there it is. When we last left our intrepid heroes, Equestrian Narrator and Dead Heart Mare, we were getting in ready to move. We had found this place, and we have moved. Moved about middle of August, around the 15th of August. Was an absolute complete fucking nightmare. And I basically loaded all my crap, got rid of a lot of crap too. Packed, unloaded, or loaded. We had to pack and load and move Dead Heart stuff from the apartment, which I'd only rented 4 months ago, and had to break the lease on, over to my place at the time to stage that stuff for the trailer that was coming. Turns out it wasn't a Connex like I was hoping it was. It was a goddamn trailer with a ramp. Yeah. And I had to move heavy equipment up it in an anvil. I could not move the anvil by myself. It's the only one of the few things I got help with. My trainer came over one morning. I said, hey, instead of working out, can we just load my heavy shop stuff? I can deadlift it off the stand, but I cannot get it back up. It's too awkward. Well, my trainer showed me when no, I don't know, I couldn't, but that would be the way to do it. That motherfucker comes over, and he doesn't look like he's not like built like Arnold, but he competes. He's serious. Comes over, squats down, hooks an arm under the horn in the rear, stands it up, walks it up the ramp, sets it down. Not that he wasn't puffing afterwards, but yeah. So anyway, he's like, how'd you do that? A lot of back work, he says. So yeah, that was an absolute fucking nightmare. I didn't think I was going to fill that trailer. I thought I was going to, maybe half that trailer at 28 foot. No, we packed that thing to the gills. I mean, just at the end, I think back, I'm having like nightmares, PTSD flashbacks thinking back of this whole thing. And so yeah, so we do all that. We get all Dead Heart stuff over. We get it all loaded. They come pick up the trailer. And we're getting the very last stuff because I bolted on a haul package to my little compact hatchback car. It can haul. It's got a decent, it's actually pretty decent. One of the 4x8x12 U-Haul, the second small to the smallest. Packed that up. Had a big crate in there too with Dead Heart's 2 cats. Well, during that whole packing thing, her third cat, aging cat, died, so that was a bonus. And she was being an absolute fucking anxiety-ridden nut the whole time too. She had like 4 weeks to pack, and we were still packing shit that last fucking night as we were trying to leave, kind of thing. Just gonna have nightmares. Anyway, so yeah, and instead of, we tried to sleep and like we're gonna get up in the morning and go, but we had no bed or anything at this point, and we were sleeping on the hard ground or the bedroom, and got up at like 6 p.m. So fuck it, let's go. I did it anyways. Let's go. So we left, and lucky we didn't die from me falling asleep. I had to stop numerous times to get off and check on the cats all the time. And anyway, fucking nightmare. Get up to Michigan, to where we're at my folks' place, and the trailer's coming up to that area because the problem is they won't go further north than that latitude because they apparently don't like to deal with snow. None of them do. I tried U-Pack. I tried all those moving things. None of them do. None of them. They all stop at the same latitude. Oh, you serious? Okay, fine. So I ship it to someplace close to my folks. Rent a rider, 28-foot rider trailer, the biggest truck you can have without a CDL. The only difference being that you have to have a CDL to have a truck that can have a detachable trailer, whereas the rider is a big box truck, essentially. So rent that. Luckily, we could back those up to the dock, and me and some of my hometown buddies moved from one to the other. And then one buddy came out with me. We drove it up there, unloaded again. Um, so that was all done by about. So we got up there about probably the 17th or 18th of August, I guess. The trailer arrived a week later. Had it all done. House is a fucking destroyed mess because there's boxes and crap everywhere. We started unpacking shit, all that. But here's the problem. It's not that I didn't budget, and it's not that I didn't plan. There's this saying from the military that no plan survives contact with the enemy. Yeah, yep, yeah, that's pretty accurate. And while I thought I had everything budgeted out, the budgetary overruns destroyed me financially. Every financial nook and cranny I had, every credit. Thankfully I didn't have a lot of credit to run up. I have the one credit card, but I just paid the fucking thing off, ran it back up to 20K. Paid it off again because mostly again because my mom gave me a bunch of wedding. Oh yeah, me and Dead Heart are married. Did I mention that already? Yeah, me and Dead Heart are married. Gave me some wedding money, paid it off. That's all run up again. But just so much stuff that just kept popping up, and I had to put bills off and all this other shit. And oh my god, I've NFS'd myself. I've had to learn how to spend money like a 25-year-old, making a fraction of what I do. I can't go to the store and look at a tool or some food condiment or something saying, oh yeah, I can use that for X amount later. I know how to do this without, oh, that'll be good to have on hand. Can't fucking do that no more, folks. I'm like, no. I am literally counting my dollars. I got $15 to my name to last me until next Wednesday on the 15th. I know what, the first payday? Yeah, first. Last me the first. And it's because, well, I fucked myself. And I budgeted properly. I had to really learn how to spend because it's like like I said, hemorrhaging money. The hemorrhaging stopped. Things are scabbing over, and things are starting to stabilize. But I'm still living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm having to watch every fucking dime. And that's been the delay because I had to get this room ready, and I had started working on it thinking I'd have more money than I did, and because I had pulled batting down. I was doing up joint compound. There's pictures up on Patreon, but sanding it, and then I didn't have money to get the paint or the primer at least. I had to primer this because it was garish primary blue that needed to be covered up. So I had it all ready to go, but I couldn't buy the primer. So I finally get to the point where I can buy the primer. So I buy the primer to paint the room. Well, I didn't have the money to buy the paint, And this is weeks are going by at this point. There's other shit that has to be done, like the more permanent fencing, and I have products I had to make. So I have an Etsy store called Polar Forge where I just was starting to get spinned up when all this crap happened, but had some, a few products that people have ordered, and I had to go make the fucking things. And finally got the room painted. What is it? Almost going on December, so early this month was it? I don't remember. Finally got this fucking room painted, and a lot was waiting on that because all my crap was out there. I was working on a counter with my computer, which sucked, and it was driving Dead Heart crazy because she has anxiety, and all that with clutter was driving her OCD crazy too. So that was a lot of fun too. But finally, once I got the room painted, I still have some to do. I've got some crown molding and the baseboard that I want to custom do with some cool stuff. That can wait. And the carpet, I can wait. It's not carpeted, but there is subflooring on here that they put in, but didn't carpet for whatever reason, so that's good. Got a big area rug, that's good. I got my sound sheets up, good to go. As far as my equipment in studio. Finally got my audio crap unpacked out of boxes. I got my mic up, and my desk, and things are going finally. But still, yeah, I fucked myself. I'm fucking broke again. Although the only reason I have $15 to my name right now is Ugly Unicorn. Thank you again very much. One of my Patreons kind of stepped up and CashApp me some scratch. Speaking of which, if anybody wishes to CashApp me, look down below, kids, please. That or join Patreon or something. Because we've literally, been paycheck to paycheck, and then sometimes not that. I've NSF myself so many times in the last few months. Jesus Christ. And I'd be okay this month if I hadn't fucked myself. I had a power bill that I put on, long story short, had a power bill that I put off, and then I have actually two power bills because the shop has its own power bill, the house hasn't. I paid the wrong one, and thinking I was paying the one I'd put off, and suffice it to say, I paid $141 to catch up on the power bill, but I agreed to pay. I'd already talked to them saying, look, this is what happened. I'll pay the balance on that. And apparently they took that as, we're going to process the entire balance then, which included the 141 plus the current month's bill. So I paid 141 and then another $250 on top of that. Yeah. So if I hadn't had that $250, I was thinking I'd be okay. I have no wiggle room. I have no buffer right now, so I have no capacity to deal with any kind of crazy, any kind of weird expenses. If something goes out off kilter my budget, it fucks me. But I'm getting a bonus at the end of the year. Our company actually did well for for the fourth quarter, and so we're all supposed to get normal bonuses, and that'll right the ship. But yeah, if you have I've been talking about dollars, $5, send them Cash App. Yeah, I don't do PayPal or screw them, idiots. Good for business, sucks for fucking sending money to people. Another story. Yes, please do. I don't like to beg, and I remember if people have been following me for a long time when I first started my Patreon, I was very sketchy about it. I didn't like it. It felt kind of dirty, being paid to do what I was doing because I liked doing it, and it was like, ew. I was making good money. I was still making good money, but then I wouldn't have all the shit to worry about that I do now. And I was like, I never really did anything with it because I felt bad. I eventually shut it down because it felt dirty to me. Well, I've kind of gotten over that. So if you want to help me out, man, I'd appreciate it. Because that is my single most delaying problem right now is lack of money, because the lack of money is delaying other things. Like my shop is a disorganized mess right now because I have no storage. I have no shelving, and I got a lot of shit in totes that I can't put out anywhere, but I do have some like tables. They knocked it. It was funny. These people, the previous tenants, were trying to grow weed here, so it's one of those states. And they had partitioned half of this big new pole barn with like heating, water, concrete floors. Really fucking nice. It's a huge score. They partitioned a third of it off with climate control type stuff, like insulation and stuff, and plastic sheeting because they were growing in there. And so there's all that in there. They left all this lighting behind. But the whole point, I don't remember the whole point of that whole thing was, but what the fuck what am I talking about that for? I'm just tired and a little bit high. But yeah, I still got to do more fun. We got fencing done. Me and my buddy helped me last. It was snowing at the time, but the ground's easy to dig in at least. Very sandy and rocky. Just pull some good rocks out there, polish. Big rock hunting thing around here. Sorry, children. That's probably more reason why I forgot what I train of thought was. But yeah, it's just been rough. I don't know, man. I do not recommend moving 1,000 miles after being entrenched for 30 years somewhere. It was just, if this had been a couple years down the road when I'd been ready for it, when I was planning for it, it'd be another story. But I was not prepared for it, and I could have moved somewhere closer. I could have not looked at Michigan, but the place was too good. My folks are up here, that's turning out really well because they're really happy I'm back. My dad just had freaking heart surgery the other day where they put a new valve in through an artery in his leg. Kind of like that for sci-fi. But yeah, this is like the second week I've had my studio set up, and I'm actually using it in my office / studio. But it's the whole delay. The delay is money, right? The shelving. That's what I was talking about. The shelving is like everything's a mess, and it's hard to find anything because I can't get anything out of the totes. So I'm constantly pulling shit out of totes. It's kind of the point now where they had these people were growing this stuff, and they had these tables they'd knocked together out of 2x4s and particle board that I'm disassembling to make shelves out of because I don't have the fucking money to go down to Walmart to buy $32 high density polypropylene shelf units or anything like that. So that's the kind of bullshit I'm running into. Like I couldn't do any of this fucking stuff, the recording until I got the studio up, and I couldn't do the studio until I got the painting done because I, like an idiot, I tore down all the crown molding, the baseboard, and decided, no, I gotta patch these fucking cracks. I should have just fucking painted the thing and been done with it. But oh no. I mean, I'm like, if I'm gonna live here and it's gonna be my place, I'm gonna make it mine. Well, okay, well, fucking, it's done. Thank God. Looks nice. It's Navajo red. I'll have to put pictures up somewhere. And I gotta get, like I said, I gotta get the crown molding baseboard done, but that can wait. But it's decent, and the sounding's good in here with my audio mute sheets up. But the problem is the money, because here's the other problem is I can't do Audition right now. I can actually probably do a 30-day free trial actually, because I was freeloading off one of my previous housemates' student account where he had the full thing, and I was like, I'd give him some money. And we agreed. I paid a lot of shit anyway, but it all balanced out in the end. But I don't have access to that anymore. So I got to get audition. I could get something free, but then I have to learn that, and I don't want to do that. I'm too old. I don't want to learn new things. I just want to get audition. They finally put punch and roll in too. Thank God. But I can probably do a trial on that, and then after the first year, I mean, I think it's only $20 a month. I can stomach that. But the re-speecher, that's $200 a month, so that's a little bit more harder to swallow. I might be able. I gotta check. I think I can get away with using it for very short amounts of time, so I might be able to use it to patch what I need to patch on the current stuff that I got and get that done. I need to check. The office is still kind of a mess right now because a lot of shit I just brought in here. But yeah, so what I may end up doing, depending on how much money how many patrons I get, how much free spot. We're looking at buying this place, I'm getting a VA loan, so if I can reduce my mortgage by half or my rent / by half with a mortgage, and get some more disposable income, so I can that's all. If I can get more disposable income, the more money I have, the quicker I can get shit done. So that's my limiting factor is money. I should get a bonus at the end of the year. That'll level set things. But I'm not gonna beg. If you want to send me some money, info's down the thing. Be awesome. And get this shit rolling because I'm itching to get this. This was supposed to be done 6 months ago. God damn it. This is supposed to be rolling. Well, I should be done by now with most of this shit. God damn it. Still haven't talked to those fuckers after that. I may still sue them. I talked to a lawyer, but I can't. I was living with them, so it makes suing them very, very difficult. And but I could do small claims, and I still might. It's like I could go back down there for family anyway. Randy's, Dead Heart's family's down there. But they still owe me $600 right now for another bill that popped up, which the hospital's breathing down my neck about. It's like $600 for the day and night I got stitched up there. I think the total bill is almost $5K to go there to get my 5 or 6 stitches, of course. And then that bill popped up shortly before. I'm like, oh fuck, you gotta be. It was actually no after we moved, it showed up. I'm like, hey, you be fucking kidding me. So where am I gonna get that kind of money right now? I'm not. So they're like, nasty gramming me. A couple other places were nasty gramming me. Fuck. But it's getting better. It'll happen sooner or later. Hopefully sooner rather than later. End of the year will really be the telling point. See how much the bonus is. I'm hoping we got huge ones last year, but that was like, pretty sure that was just making up for us having to take a pay cut when the pandemic started. We're not getting the huge ones again. We'll get normal ones, but it should be enough to refloat the boat. Yeah, there's so much shit I need there because we're living in this house and we don't have we got like a couple pots, decent pots and a couple frying pans. We got a set of stuff that Dead Heart had from our apartment, but all kinds of other crap too. Like we sell the household like just pantry stuff like spices, food, condiments, stocking, and staples and shit that you normally have around. That's like fuck, we don't have any of this. So, like spoons, like fucking a whisk. We need a whisk. I can't buy one because I don't have the money for it. I can't afford it. How sad is that? Oh Lord, it'll be better. It's just tough right now. But I do appreciate you all, especially Ugly Unicorn. Thank you again very much. You're a lifesaver, dude. I really appreciate it. You really stepped up and helped me out this month. Yeah, I mean, just stick with me, folks. We'll get it going. And because like I said, I'm really anxious. I had all this stuff, all these plans that got put on hold, and it's so frustrating because I was just getting the impetus back to spin things back up, and all this bullshit happened. And but really liking this place for what it is. The land, it's beautiful. We are in the middle of fucking nowhere. I had to put a special antenna on my 5G modem, and I can get like 15 megabits down on a good day, and it's getting good now because the leaves are dropped. But supposedly there's improvements coming, but we are like on dirt roads, Trump supporterville. The places here aren't towns, they're villages. Nearest civilization is really 45 minutes away, and that's questionable. It's an Indian-run town. It has a nice casino, but there's it's the tiniest, most pathetic Target I've ever seen. No Costco either, pissing me off. Nearest Costco is like 60 miles away. Very disappointing. But hey, weed's legal here. That's cool. We walked into the store. And it just opened. It was like an Apple store. Guy in a tweed jacket with an iPad. It's all white. Everything's in cases and gleaming and big screen, touch screens with everything on it. And he's like, "Oh, can I help? Can I help you today, sir?" I'm like, magical, just magical. Anyway, yeah, that's where things are at. I didn't despair. It's just I was so busy, and I can't believe that so much time has passed already. And it's just been so hard. It's been super stressful. I mean, having to relearn how to budget and watch what you spend like a hawk. You know, I was very laissez-faire about it before. I just kind of had general ideas like I know I have this much money, so oh yeah, I can buy that, I can buy this and this. I'm not like fuck. I got a spreadsheet where okay, on this day this bill comes out, this comes out on this day and that day, and it's going to leave me with X amount of money. You know, that's pretty depressing because as soon as I get that damn check, it's like oh fuck, we don't have much left. But hopefully I'll be getting better soon. Um, anyway, that's where it's at. Keep an eye on things. Things are, are happening. It's just when I can get shit going. It's just, it is what it is. And, shit happens, and I'm glad we're here. Yeah, I think we really looked into this place, and now I'm in the verge of getting a VA loan to buy it for dirt cheap. It's dirt cheap. You have no idea how fucking cheap this place is. But again, in the middle of fucking nowhere. That I had to buy a $500 external antenna to slap on the roof to get the whopping 15 megabits that I've got. I don't even want to get Starlink anymore because Musk has turned into a Bond villain. But supposedly T-Mobile is improving the local tower I'm pointing at is slated for modernization in the next 30 to 90 days. So we'll see. Anyway, folks, again, thank you very much. Again, Ugly Unicorn, again, Lifesaver Man, thank you very much. And folks, if you want to help me and Dead Hard out, and check out the thing, shoot me some scratch on CashApp, whatever you're going to spare $1 here, there, shit adds up. I would be looking at, I'll try to do an update probably before Christmas, just to let folks know where things are at. I really won't know until after the end of the year, when I get that bonus and get things cleaned up and rocking and rolling. I knew this was going to be hard. I knew it was going to be harder than I was planning on. I just wasn't. I didn't think big enough. I guess I didn't think big enough. I think, but yeah, we did it. Pulled it off. By the skin of my teeth, pulled it off. And now I'm married. That too, married and looking to buy a house. Who would have thought? Anyway, folks, take it easy. Appreciate y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.